Well, I got to come in and let everybody else in. Chrissy, can you not hear anything? There wasn't anything to hear yet because we're fixing some things because we're doing our hybrid. So all of us are together in person, our speakers in person today.
Hi, you guys.
So we're maneuvering some things. That might have been why you couldn't hear us.
We're silly girls.
We're gonna get this going. We always have the same person trying to hack in every week.
Is it the same person? Did they have anything to do with us?
Oh, it's probably AI or
Yep.
a bot.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, girls. Lynette's gonna be on her phone over there because it's better lighting. So because she's got things to show you. But I want to
show them. I know.
Yeah. So I'm going to introduce my beautiful friend first. Let me mute everybody. It is recorded, so you will have this. So we're all together. We're hybrid here in Colorado Springs. So we do this once a month. And then we have our beautiful Miss Go Give of Forever, Miss Lynette, is going to train us today. She's my friend for, oh my gosh, I'm 2 million years. I don't even know. We've been here a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna mute so she can unmute and use her phone to train you with. Okay. Everybody good with that?
We'll see if this works.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. Okay, we're trying new things. We're gonna see. All right, I'm gonna mute. Go ahead, Lynette. You have to unmute.
Okay. Can you guys still hear? You might have to reduce your volume. Okay, is that working? All right. Jenny will watch the chat. So if it doesn't work, let me know. So hello, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ladies, directors, consultants, Mary Kay people out there. Oh my goodness. How are you? Well, Miss Jenny Enlow, of course, is fabulous. And we've connected, of course, through Mary Kay, but we also connected because of being from Kansas. We are Kansas girls through and through. And in fact, today she even has her daughter here because we've had kids at home or off with state testing. And then they were doing some prom things with a dress that they had gotten in Kansas and needed it altered and all these fun things. So anyway, I'll tell you just a little bit about me, but I wanted to show you, first of all, let me get off the blur. Okay. I wanted to show you a little bit of the table. Turn off my music here. I had my fun rock and worship music going. But I wanted to show you the table first, and then we'll go from there. But whenever you do something, and this is more for consultants because, of course, directors know these things, right? But always have your fun bag with you, right? So I always tease that my Mary Kay car is a party bus, and you just never know what's going to be in it or what's going to come out of it. And same with my bag. You just never know. And so things just explode out of my bag. But you can have fun things with you and you can show things that you have from before. But we know right now we're in another gift giving season, right? So we have things that we're going to need to have ready to go and wrapped up for next week, professional administrative week. So be sure that you've checked in with people that you know that may need things for administrative. Okay. Then we're going to go into teacher appreciation because May is right around the corner. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Were we just at leadership? And then we just did all the little fun career conferences. If you got to be involved in those, thank goodness. Please, if you had a national that did one of those, be sure you write them a nice note or, send them some sort of thank you. They didn't have to do those nationals, put those on. Some just carried them over from the pandemic, right? Was that not great or what? And so they just, they were able to continue that. Sorry, my little note, I'm leaving. There we go. But they were able to continue that from the pandemic. And so thank goodness they did that for us. I know we had one up by Denver and it was our SOAR event with Deb Weir, with Kim McClure, and with Diane Mintapley. And, those three did 3 of them. They each hosted one. So not only did they host one, but they were part of each other's also by Denver, Pittsburgh, and out in Boston. So that's amazing. We have such incredible mentors. So plug into them when you can, anytime. I know we love our nationals. Okay. So anyway, you can just have fun things wrapped up and ready to go. I've been putting these little stickers on my sunscreen samples. Everybody here in Colorado Springs has been wanting sunscreen. And this is, of course, the new one, the zinc oxide. So if you're not sure what the difference between chemical and mineral is, you can look that up. I know there's some new reels and stuff. And I think it just got the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. You guys, that's such a big deal. That lab is 100 years old. As far as like the lab's not 100 years old, but like the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, that lab. And I think they were even doing a contest with Good Housekeeping, not Mary Kay, but that you could win a spot to go do testing with them. Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm not a scientist. My degree's art and music, but science is pretty fun. So then the directors got their buzz boxes, of course, with all the new skincare in it. This replaces all the botanicals. So we will have a mattifying cleanser with a mattifying moisturizer. So oil mattifier will go away. And this feels like oil mattifier. I'm not oily skin, but it feels really good. When you feel it, the toner and the scrub go then with either set. Okay. Yay. Toner balances the pH of your skin, cleans it up a little more. You got the little scrub. So these are for people with more sensitive skin that use the botanicals, or for your younger crowd. And if you've noticed, if you've heard this lately, young kids or, our teenagers, young kids don't need to worry about, a mortgage, paying taxes, or a 10-step skincare routine. Okay. So that's what one of the articles I read the other day said, because dermatologists, moms are having to bring kids into dermatologists and help them get figured out again on their skin, because they've been listening and watching too much social media and influencers and have been doing crazy things that they should not be doing to their skin. Okay. That's for us to do the crazy things. No, just kidding. It's for us to do Mary Kay, but we can do all the skin cycling, right? Okay. Then I'm going to give you a little secret on here too, that we have coming out. We have a product coming back that looks like this. I'm going to give a little hint that looks like this. It's a product that's coming back. Okay. So I won't tell if we have any directors on here that might freak out because they're doing like a special reveal or something, but just a little snippet, because you got on today, so you get to listen. You can also do gift certificates for people and for vendor events and pop-ups, but spring is just the absolute best time to do things like that. So anyway, I just wanted to encourage you. This is an easy beauty bar that you could do anywhere or have a display at any boutique, at any small business, at any office, at anything. I just want to encourage you to get out there and reach out and bloom like a flower. Like Mary Kay would give us roses. She said when we did pinnings, we would do pinnings with roses. And so there's a lot of things that we need to get back to doing again. And one of them was that we would give a rose. Now she would say, this one doesn't have thorns on it anymore, but you will have obstacles. And roses have a lot of thorns that you run into. And those are obstacles. Okay. So you just keep going. But the green, if you keep going over the obstacles, is the money. So you get to earn money. And of course, regular roses have a lot of leaves. So you can earn a lot of money with your work. Then you come in as a tiny little, like a little rosebud, kind of tight, kind of timid, not real sure what you're doing. Some of you are more, confident than that too, from things that you've done before, but usually we're not sure. And she loved seeing us bloom into beautiful flowers. So that's, just something that we want to share with our gals. And I think that that's something we need to remember coming out of the pandemic. People are getting back to things. They have been getting back, but we still have a lot of lonely people. people still trying to figure out what in the world are they doing, right? Okay. So my name's Lynette Bickley. I've been a senior director with Mary Kay now for 30 years. And so it's been quite a journey. I started actually when I was a senior in high school. I started because a sister had started when she was in Minnesota and knew Helene Reiners, went to a meeting, was invited to a meeting, a guest event several times, but with the senior national late emeritus inner circle, Helene Reiners. We came out of the Gail Gaston area. So I've had two nationals retire. So that's, always something different. Jenny's retired national is Carrie Buskirk. So we've known her from Kansas, of course. But do any of you know about the warm fuzzy in Mary Kay? How many of you know about the warm fuzzy? Okay, I didn't bring one. I have a giant warm fuzzy on a stick too. I didn't bring her. But anyway, she might have gotten rained or snowed on. We just had a little bit of drizzle and we just saw snow outside. So we always have to wait to plant our stuff here in Colorado Springs. But anyway, Mary Kay heard the warm fuzzy story from my senior that I'm first line to national, Helene Reiners, when she went up to Minnesota, because the gals in Minnesota were just doing great things. So, you know how we are, we go see our people that are doing great things and work with them. And she introduced Mary Kay to warm fuzzy. And so that's how that story came. Now, when you go through the museum this summer, if you go over to the museum, this summer is manufacturing though on day 0. Yay! Are we excited about seeing manufacturing? So I just talked to Mary Kay Director Services Yolanda yesterday because I was trying to get her to tell me what the sample is in this book. So I tried to get the sample in this book figured out, and she told me she couldn't tell me till May. I told her I was sapphired up, and she laughed, but she wouldn't tell me. So I got hints out of her. And she told me it wasn't going to be the, extras, like the extras, the limited, I'll say again, so I don't give everything away. But it sounded like it could be something from this. She said the first thing you said. So it sounded like it could be that. And I know we had the moisturizer, the new moisturizer before, and we had the fragrance before. Which, gosh, that blue fragrance, I didn't even get around to show everybody the blue fragrance before it was sold out. And it kind of smelled like Velocity, which we missed that, don't we? So this is the new book. I hope you got your preferred customer in. If you didn't, just load your My Customers and then order your books and you'll be okay. And you can get them on the next round. But anyway, I was talking to them about seminar. And she was so sweet. She was telling me how hot it was going to be. And I was like, girl, I've been there like 30 times. I'll be fine. She's telling me to stay hydrated. I said, we stay hydrated here. It's okay. I said, don't worry. We won't be passing out. We'll be okay. She's like, but it'll be cold in the convention center. I said, I know. I've actually given my gals blankets with their names on them when we've gone. They loved it. She was like, really? So we were having a great time. But anyway, so I want to tell you about a very special seminar that we had one time when I actually got to be nominated Miss Go Give. And one of my sisters had nominated me, I believe, started the whole process. My sister Nadine Banks in Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple. And I asked her to talk today, but I think she had some appointments coming over on their lunch. So we're all different time zones. So anyway, if you haven't nominated anyone for Miss Go Give lately, then from listening today, if you'll put that on your list to get on, I can't tell you where it is in the new In Touch, though. I'd have to look and see. But anyway, nominate Miss Go Give. We'll find it for you and post it. But and so what happened was people from all over, it doesn't just have to be Mary Kay, but from all over can tell about you. And I never saw really any of that stuff that came in afterwards either. So I would have cherished, like a box of all of that information, but no. But anyway, it's okay. So anyway, I have all kinds of love languages, if you can't tell. So the first thing that happens is you find out from the company about your Miss Go Give. You find out from the company. And they, will put you in the monthly applause. Now that's when we were still getting our applauses monthly. Now it's quarterly. So they'll put you in the monthly applause. And so they get a hold of you. They do a little interview. They ask, information, and you fill out this information and you send it to them. Okay. Okay. So then, oh my gosh. So then, you just kind of wait, and you find out who else is in this Go Give court. So it was fun kind of meeting other people, learning about them. And I actually had some friends in it too. Megan from Denver at the time, Victoria Hazen. We were really good friends because we're both in Deb Weir, or she's with Deb Weir, and I've known Dave and Mal forever and ever too. And who are offspring of Gail and then Helene and Dave and Deb Weir's Dave Ann. So anyway, so then it's at the very beginning of seminar. So they call you out at the very beginning. And I remember just right before trying to get my dress figured out, how we are. We're like, oh my gosh, it becomes reality. We got to get all this stuff done. So they set you in the back, and you're all lined up, and it's just you and the Go Give court. So you're seeing each other, visiting, they're telling you the timing of everything, beforehand. And you go out and you're called out each with an escort. Okay. And so Jay Benson of Sapphire was my escort, which I knew him before. So that was super fun. And he used to be part of Friends of Time, if you didn't know that. He and his wife were part of our Friends of Time dance group way back in the arena days. So, and then he started working for Mary Kay. And now, of course, he took over, Sapphire and Julia, who we love and miss Julia. Now she's a travel agent. So she just got over shingles. Thanks to everybody for praying for her. But now she's doing travel agent. So then, and help take care of her dad. Then they call you out one by one. And then of course, right away, they say they're going to announce it. Well, guess who is announcing? Ryan Rogers is announcing us. So I always say one of my claims to fame in Mary Kay is that Ryan Rogers said my name 3 times. I'm like, well, Ryan Rogers said my name 3 times. So I do visit with him off and on. And we've, talked at events. It's not like I email or call him or anything like that, or like have his text number. But anyway, so they call you. Well, then they call you and it is just such a surprise. Can you see that picture where I'm like, what? Like I about fall down when they call my name. I just can't even believe that Ryan Rogers says, and our, 2018 Sapphire Seminar Miss Go Give Award is, Lynette Bickley. And I'm like, ah! And I could see all my friends and everybody, screaming and hollering. It was fun. And then Victoria's back there too. So, and we have some really funny pictures together too they're hilarious. So then I found out Dave Van then was ready to be my national for that, which I didn't know this was going on. And then Julie was there, of course. So we had a great time visiting over that. And then, the courts there and everything too. And then they put you in the applause. Well, then I didn't know at the time they had announced it, but I didn't know because so much was happening. And then they were rushing me backstage to meet with Sean Key and do a little interview, which I didn't know that either. So who knows what I said there. But I'm like, I have no idea what I'm saying. Like, he's trying to ask me questions. And I'm just like, ugh. So anyway, they do the foundation award in your name. So can you see that? And then, of course, this one went to the YWCA in Pueblo, Colorado, just 45 minutes south of us. And, they all have a need. And the Mary Kay funds are not tied to anything. Like they don't tell them, but you have to use this for this, or you have to use this for this. So they're unrestricted, I guess I should say. So they will let the organization, the shelter, use them for what they need, and probably something similar like with the doctors that they give to. Okay. So that's really amazing. And so then what we did was we held, and I can share pictures of this, or if you want to see them or whatever, but I don't have them with me now, but they're really, really, really amazing as far as well, we did a press conference. And of course, it wasn't supposed to snow, but it did, right, ladies? And so we were all trying to get there. And we did a press conference with like Catholic Charities came, the paper, the Chieftain, the paper from Pueblo came, the news came, the sheriff's office came, and some other departments that like help with shelters, you know, trying to help these women and families, or they would help men too that, you know, were in bad situations, I think too, of course, separately. But anyway, incredible stuff. So think about that, you know, when you can do something special in your community. A little bit of the history with Go Give. I'll come back over here so I can see my notes. But a little bit of the history, that's enough about me and all that. But of course I have my pom-poms, and you girls shake your pom-poms here. Shake your pom-poms. Yes, yes. So they're my pom-pom girls here. But a little bit of the history, Go Give history, is that Susie Vickers was the very first director to earn like a Mary Kay Image Award. Okay. And so, and really, she ended up being the only one that they did that for. So Susie Vickers, you'll see her in the Mary Kay Museum. And I actually did ask Jennifer Cook, who was our Mary Kay Foundation you know, like originator and museum curator and everything, got all that started. I just texted her this morning to ask her if she could happen to jump on, and she couldn't today, but it was funny because she said, I thought about you last night in my first Zoom meeting, and you and your pom-poms and all that. And so she goes, I love that now Zoom has allowed me to share Mary Kay Ash all over the country or around the world, because she has helped host groups when they come in for seminar too. So, but if you look this up, Susie Vickers was the very first one in which to do that. And if you, like I said, if you go to the museum, there's a beautiful display about it. And I have a little bit of a letter, but it's saved on my phone, so we might have to switch over, Jetty, so that way I can read the letter, because I broke up with my printer, and so I don't have a printer. I get stuff from my husband's office or go to FedEx, but I broke up with my printer a long time ago because we were not getting along. So I was like, well, that's fine with me. I don't need any more paper than I need anyway. So let me get, oh, so sweet. Let me get over here.
Now go.
Okay, now I'm on. Okay.
Yes.
Sounds good. Let me get off of this. Yeah, and I'll just finish it up over here. Hold on, girls. Switch with my little techie here. And how's everybody doing? Are we ready? Are we going with our 90-day dash here? What are your wins going to be? Put your wins in that you're going to do for your 90-day dash too while we're talking, because that's where we're at. Now we're at like 75-day dash, right? I know, isn't that crazy? And so, you know, there's just things that we can do in being Go Give and winning our goals too. Okay. So for those of you that are consultants, listen in. If you haven't heard this before, the Go Give Award is perhaps the greatest honor a Mary Kay sales director can earn. And it does feel that way. It truly does. Like sometimes you can question yourself and wonder what in the world. And Jenny's been one of our monthly Go Gives too. And how many of you on have earned a unit Go Give? How many of you on have earned a monthly Go Give? Or I guess you don't earn it, but you know, been nominated or won it. Some of you nominated, won it. I know our national used to do a silver thread award because silver is really hard in like 3 strands. You can't get silver apart. And then unit award with with Helene. So how many of you? Oh my gosh, yes, Christine, Marlene, I see you on there. I see you, Andrea. Oh my gosh, girl, thank you so much. Yes, they do need more. They do need. Hi, Nanette. Way to go. Unit Go Give. Yes, that deserves pom-poms. Woo-hoo. And I have the red one to remind you to do your 6 most important games and win your new red jacket. April, May, and June. New Great Start qualified. Boom. You got it. You can do it. You can do it. So my gold one is always to go for the gold. And a little bit about that is my we moved to Colorado Springs because my husband is part of USA Wrestling Team USA. And in fact, they're out at Penn State right now, out in Pennsylvania. They are doing Olympic trials. I had to remember what it was called because he has all kinds of things going on. But they're doing Olympic trials for wrestling out there. And Sabrina Mundy is Sabrina Goodwin Mundy National. Her son, Sydney, is it Sydney? I'm trying to remember his name. But anyway, her son is going to be competing as well. And I think he was at Princeton competing as a NCAA athlete.
Oh, wow.
I have to remember all this stuff. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't that one. I can't, but I thought it was Ivy. But yes, so we have people to cheer for, and it'll be on TV. It'll be in on TV that you guys can see the Olympic trials. So cheer and pray for our Olympic athletes. What they're doing is the trials are to see who is going to be part of the teams, the national teams, to represent, their country in Paris this summer during the summer games. Okay. So anyway, that's just a little side note. We have one son. He's 14 now that we moved out here when he was a baby, and I do still, travel back and forth. But I grew up on a farm. So, doing makeup and stuff maybe wasn't my whole thing, but we did need to take care of our skin. And we lived 20 miles from town. So we had to know, like we had good clothes and farm clothes. We had clothes for town. We had, and so we would have to pack and be ready to sometimes be in for the whole day. We couldn't run back and forth at home or anything like that. So that's kind of just a little bit of a snippet on that. But okay, so back to our Go Give. Those who possess the Go Give spirit are the heart of this company and shining hope for the future. So when Jenny and I were talking about this, she said, Lynette, can you do one of our talks? And I said, well, I can, but what do you want me to talk about? She said, well, I think you should just talk about Go Give. And I said, okay, well, and we were talking about all the changes that, Mary Kay's been going through and companies have gone through and we have gone through past pandemic and post-pandemic, right? So it's not just been one change, but it's been changes that we're going through. And we need to unite as each other's friend and directors and as consultants. We need to unite in a Go Give golden rule spirit as we see the changes that the company's making. I know that sometimes they can cause a little bit of panic, and we're not sure about this whole, Meta buying ads and doing reels and stuff. Like, it's okay. I just want you to know it's okay if that's not your thing, right?
Yes.
We were talking about that. Like, it's okay. God has given you your thing. God has given you your gifts to share with the people that you're supposed to share them with. And you don't, if doing that fills your cup and you love it and you have a good following and you want to do that and you want to learn more to help other people do it, great. But if you don't want to, it's okay too. And we were just talking about with the group here, how many changes we've gone through just this year. So we went to seminar and then the agreement link came up and that changed, right? And then it was time for In Touch to change. And we all pretty much died and came back to life, are slowly coming back to life, making that In Touch change, right? And consultants, directors have made those changes with you. We had absolutely no pre-training in any of it. And so I apologize for something I don't know and that we have to get on hold to find out. Oh my goodness, it's been insane. But then March came and they gave us double credit. And I was laughing. I was like, they were probably like, let's distract them with double credit. And I was just hoping that the In Touch would be able to hang on. Well, then we saw what happened with that. And one of the servers went down. And welcome to 2024 and all the satellites we have and all the spacey things. And one of the servers went down and we went to March 31st. We were closing up and then it went and then we went to March 32nd. And then we were like, okay, everybody, we can do this. And then we went to March 33rd, right? And people that were needing to start their April were panicking, and other people were like, woohoo, I needed more time to finish. And so anyway, here we are. We've made it through tax day, but so we haven't just had changes. We've changed one change. We've had changes. And so hopefully I've given you just a little bit of inspiration and fun today. I think our time is up. A couple things that I've heard I will post. Diana Sumter had a beautiful story this week on her Sparkle. I don't know if you listened to Diana Sumter, but she had a beautiful story about an airline. And I mean, it was kind of a sad story, but the way she said it was beautiful. And it was talking about a going nowhere, airline and just kind of carrying all the baggage with you and that kind of thing. And that you can't do that. So I'm going to, I don't have time to share it, but I'll post it if I can find it. Also, Good Morning America had 2 broadcasts I wanted to tell you about or share today. One is about these cancer rates that have been coming earlier for people.
Yeah.
This early cancer is from stress and lifestyle. And I know that's not us. And so we are going to be really good about helping people with maintaining, and pampering and de-stressing and finding new ways of doing life, right?
Mhm.
That is
Yes.
our job, you guys. And then there was another one about older and bolder with 50s, your money over 50 and over, and that it was okay if you'd been taking care of everybody else and you kind of are like, uh-oh, now what with my money? And she said, start where you are. And that is what we do too. We just start where we are. So forget what didn't happen before and just start where you are. She said, literally, save $1. And the next day, save $2. And the next day, save $3. So I'll post those. Those were so good. GMA has had some really good stuff. That was called Older and Bolder. And dang it, that's what we're going to be and do, aren't we? Yes, we are. But I just, I love you guys. We are all in 110% here. And let's go in our next 90-day dash, our 75 days. Let's share. Let's get those gifts out there. Let's do our sales. Let's win our new red jackets. And let's party when we get to Dallas, people. Woo!
Yeah.
And have a great one and promote your seminar like you never have before. I'm going to actually have personal invitations printed and have them sent out to people. And just like you get those shower, or I've been getting shower and wedding invitations, I am going to send special seminar invitations. So thank you, all of you. Love, love, love you.
Thanks, Lynette. Thanks, everybody, for being on today. We'll get now, if you're new, we didn't do this little housekeeping information beforehand, but there is a Facebook group. If you might, well, my picture's not on it because it's just Jennifer Enlow on YouTube. Sorry, it just says Area 309 director on their day, but it's just my name, Jennifer Enlow. Give us about 24 hours. We get that posted in the Facebook group. Or if you saw this somewhere in Vox or whatever, those are the groups I'm part of. The recording will be there. I love you, but I cannot join your other groups and post it there. There's just, I've been invited to like 100 and I love y'all. I just can't do it. I will be part of your group, but I can't post lunch and learn in there. So we created its own Facebook page. It has a picture of Mary Kay Ash on the Applause magazine. She's in a red dress. So you know you have the right one. But yes, thanks, Lynette. She's the ultimate Miss Go Give of all time. So, oh yes,
That's
just
what
like
it looks
that.
like.
So you know you're on the right one.
Yep.
Does anybody have a question or want to unmute? Or I see everything in it. Lynette will see all the comments. She's going to post, when I post a video, then she'll post in the comments. So be watching that the next few days or throughout the week, that all the things she said she'll post, she'll put it in the comments under her recording. I know you all asked that. Yeah, go ahead, Sandy.
Is there any chance that Lynette can post the invitation that she makes up?
Yeah, she said sure. She'll absolutely do that. Yeah. Anybody else? I'm looking to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Just make sure. Well, as always, Lynette's phenomenal. We're like besties. We even had to do my first COVID test I ever had to do. I went with Lynette because I didn't want to do it. I've never been tested for COVID. And what we have to do for leadership or something stupid.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm not doing that. Yeah, Atlanta. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Poor Lynette had to drag me out there and make me go do it. She's go give all time because I was going to miss it. She goes, you're not missing it. Get in my vehicle and we'll go get tested together. It'll be fine. So I'm like, I didn't want to do it. I heard horrible things. And I'm like, I'm not part of that. I'm not sick. I'm not doing it. She's like, you have to do it. So Lynette is the gal. She will connect everybody with everything. So thank you all for being part of this hybrid lunch and learn. We'll be back here next week. And she was so go give, she even swapped. We had a lady that was supposed to do it today, and Lynette was next week, and we had to swap, and she did it last minute. So she's phenomenal. And if you have not, if you go into search and put, I think you just have to put go give nominations on InTouch, it'll show you. They had said, I know Jay Benson, when we were at conferences, said, they're not getting very many nominations, and not just in Emerald or Sapphire or where division you're part of. Send more nominations in. And here's the thing, if you know your director, your national, or whoever has been go give before, you can nominate them again. Like that, people can nominate Lynette again. She'd go back on stage again. So make sure that if there's someone that you feel has just really inspired women and done that and deserves that recognition, that consultants, directors, everybody, put it in there and get it out, because they really do need more nominations. They put it in our director memo all the time. And I think it used to be such a big thing, and now it's just kind of, faded a little bit, that people don't think about that. Yeah, you can nominate anybody, Chrissy. You can, like, we could all nominate Lynette today if we wanted to. Like, you can nominate out of your division, out of your unit, out of your national area. It doesn't matter. You're just going to write why you'll see on the nomination letter, but yeah, and then it's amazing. So thank you all so much for joining our Thursday Lunch and Learn. I hope it's inspiring you and helpful, and we'll be back next Thursday, my friends. Bye, ladies.
Hi.